Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Scorpio, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Scorpio, let's get started. So far we do have the Knight of Swords, but how does Scorpio currently view this relationship? All right, Scorpio, so we do have the Knight of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like there's a really big decision, Scorpio, that you have to make. And I feel like this big decision is kind of stressing you out. It's like you don't know whether to go left or to go right. You just don't know which direction to go in, is basically what I'm getting. And I feel like you're really, really trying your hardest to like figure it out. But like I said, it just kind of looks like right now, you just don't know whether to go left or to go right. I do want to look a little bit more into this Nine of Swords energy just to kind of see what else I can get. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords for Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Venus. So we do have the Lovers, and then we also have the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm getting two different storylines here, Scorpio. So take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't. For some of you, this big decision definitely has a lot to do with a soulmate. However, this could have a lot to do with you fixing or repairing things here with somebody that you already have a lot of history with, or this could definitely represent coming together with someone and building towards a life here with somebody brand new. So like I said, however it resonates with you in your particular situation, let's look at this person and see how they're currently viewing this relationship with you. How does this person currently view this relationship with Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Venus? Okay. Like I said, I am definitely getting two different storylines here because for some of you, this could have a lot to do with somebody that you already have a lot of history with, and you're trying to figure out, should I work things out with them or should I not work things out with them? Especially with this energy coming out here, you know, with the Six of Pentacles, that's all about balancing things out and making things right. There's obviously somebody here that clearly wants to make things right with you and fix and repair things here. With you, it doesn't look like they want this relationship between the two of you to come to an end. So it looks like for some of you out there, you do have someone, you know, from your past trying to fix and repair things, you know, with you, and you're not sure if you want to fix and repair things with them. You know, for others of you, this could, like I said, have a lot to do with somebody new that would like to come together with you and build towards a life with you. Now, if that is the case where you're connecting with someone new, Scorpio, that's clearly trying to build and establish a life with you, I think that this person can definitely tell that you're afraid to come together with them and build towards a life with them due to you having this massive fear that they're going to break your heart one day. If this is someone new, of course. Let's jump back over to you and see how you're feeling about all of this. How does Scorpio feel? Okay. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and then we also have the King of Swords. You know, I almost want to ask you, are you sure that this is what you want to do? Because this to me feels like an energy of you giving into them and what they essentially want to transpire between the two of you. So if this is like an ex of yours that's trying to like wiggle their way back into your life all over again, you know, because they don't want to lose you and or be without you. This to me feels like an energy of you just kind of caving in and giving them what it is that they essentially want, which is a reconciliation with you. If this is somebody new that's trying to pursue a relationship, you know, with you, but right now you're on the fence about all of this because you have this huge fear that they're going to break your heart one day. You know, this to me feels like an energy of you just simply giving into them and what they essentially want. But yeah, like my biggest question I would say in regards to this energy that I'm seeing here is, are you sure that this is what you want? Because we already know what they want. You know, we already know what this person wants, which is basically you and this dynamic that they share with you, regardless if it's somebody new or somebody that you already have a lot of history with. But are you sure that this is what you want? Because this to me kind of just, like I said, just kind of feels like you're turning around and giving them what they essentially want from you. Okay. Now, there's a possibility, Scorpio, that you may want, you know, to reconcile with this person. And if this is someone new, I mean, there's a possibility that you may want, you know, to go build and establish a life with this person. You know, that's definitely a possibility. But I'm very curious to see what actions you plan on taking in this person's direction and or moving forward, or what your energy is looking like in the near future. But let's jump back over to them. How does this person currently feel? Okay. You know, for a second, this person really thought that they were losing control over you in this entire situation here between the two of you, especially if this was like an ex-lover of yours. You know, for a minute you did have this person feeling like, you know, they were in a situation, you know, with you that was completely and utterly out of their control. But with the Emperor coming out here, that's kind of telling me that this person feels like they're back in control all over again. If this is somebody new, for a second, you know, like I said, you did kind of have this person feeling like this entire situation between the two of you is completely and utterly out of their control. But because you're turning around and giving them what it is that they want from you, you know, they find themselves back in control all over again. This person does come off to me as like a control freak. They do come off to me as somebody who likes to essentially get what they want in every situation, is basically what I'm getting. This person likes to get what it is that they essentially want in every little situation that they find themselves in life. And when this person doesn't get their way, you know, they tend to throw a fit, is basically what I'm getting. They tend to throw a fit, and they tend to like fall into like a very immature state. I'm getting that off of this person when they don't get what they want. When they don't get what they want. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a control freak is kind of what I'm getting here off of this person. I am kind of getting a little bit of immaturity coming from them as well, but that only really comes out when this person doesn't get what they want. When they don't get what they want, man, they could be very, very immature and very, very childish. I'm also getting very petty. Okay, let's see what actions you plan on taking in this person's direction and or moving forward. What actions will Scorpio take towards this person or moving forward? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, and then we also have the Fool. I really want to look at what your energy is looking like. I want to say within, within a month from now. I want to see what your energy is essentially looking like for whatever odd reason. I mean, I feel like the main reason why I want to look at your energy and where your energy is going to be at within this dynamic that you share with this person, regardless if this is somebody new or somebody that you already have a lot of history with. But yeah, the main reason why is because this to me kind of feels like you're basing this decision of yours off of what they want you to do. It's not stemming from a place of this is 100% like what I want to do. This is more so stemming from a place of, well, because I don't know whether to go left or go right, I'm just going to turn around and just give them what they want. You know what I mean? It's kind of coming from that place. But in the near future, with the Fool to the Queen of Cups to the Four of Wands coming out here, I mean, like I said, to a degree, you know, this is something that you want. Whether it's to take this person from your past back or to go off and build with this new person, however it resonates with you in your particular situation, Scorpio. But there's also a part of you that's like, I don't know. I don't know if I should be doing this. Okay. But yeah, I do see you turning around and giving this person what they want. I do see you giving, you know, this relationship, you know, a chance. And for some of you, you could very well be giving this relationship a second chance. If this is somebody that you already have a lot of history with. Okay. What actions? What actions will this person take towards Scorpio or moving forward? We have the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups, and then we also have the Four of Pentacles. Double confirmation that this person is getting the outcome that they essentially want out of this particular situation here between the two of you. I really want to look at this Four of Pentacles energy. You know, Four of Pentacles represents like a gripping energy. It's an energy of holding on to something valuable, right? To you, and refusing to essentially let it go. And then in this case, it looks like you and what they share with you is very valuable to this person. It means a lot to this person, and that's not something that this person wants to let go of. Now, if this is somebody new, they're just very attached, right? To like you and what they essentially want with you, refusing to detach themselves, right, from you and what they essentially want with you. And this is kind of why they're pushing, you know, for the outcome that they essentially want here between the two of you. Let me look at this Four of Pentacles though. Tell me more about the Four of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups, and then we also have the Lovers out here. Yeah, I think it's safe to say, dude, that you are somebody who does mean a great deal, you know, to this person. They don't necessarily feel like they're going to find you and what they share with you anywhere else or within anyone else is basically what I'm getting. It's basically what I'm getting. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot for them. You know, it's nice to see that this person feels so strongly, you know, for you. I'm just really concerned about, you know, you and what your energy is looking like, you know, within a month from now, because I can tell there's a part of you that's like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do this. Whether it's giving this new person a chance or giving this person from your past a second chance. What is Scorpio's energy looking like within a month from now? Okay. All right. We got the Five of Pentacles. We got the Five of Swords. Okay. We got the Eight of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. And then we also have the Page of Swords. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's talk about this. So within, right, within a month from now, well, let me start off with this energy first. Scorpio. So if this is somebody that you already have a lot of history with, my friend, you know, I do see you in this energy of hoping, right, that things between the two of you will be different, right? This time around is basically what I'm getting. In other words, you don't want to find yourself going through the same old, right? That you went through, you know, in the past with this particular person. So you're really hoping that this time around things will essentially be different between you and this person. But with the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles coming out here, this to me feels like your energy, and this to me feels like their energy. Something's going on within this dynamic here between you and this person that's causing you to like drift further and further and further away from this person, as well as your relationship with them. And whatever it is that this person's doing on their end that's pushing you further and further away from them, and this connection here between the two of you is something that I would like to look into a little bit more. This could definitely indicate that the things that they were putting you through in the past may be something that they might find themselves putting you through again. But let's just clarify. Tell me more about the Five of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. And then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Let me tell you something. I do feel like when it comes down to this person over here, okay? When it comes down to this person over here, I feel like this person, and I'm not saying this to like poke fun, you know, poke fun. Well, I can't even talk this morning. Poke fun at them. But I do feel like you're dealing with somebody who's very miserable, okay? You're dealing with somebody who's very, very miserable. Therefore, they like to make other people around them miserable, if that makes absolutely any sense. You know, it's kind of like that classic saying, misery loves company. And I feel like because your person is just outright miserable, they tend to make other people around them miserable, is basically what I'm getting. And another thing also, too, is that I feel like this person... I feel like this person, when it comes down to like the things that they're putting you through, not only is it pushing you away, but I don't think that this person realizes how all of this is going to essentially backfire in their face. Because like, for example, let's just say that like, you know, this person, you know, pushes you to that point of no return. It kind of looks like if this person does just so happen to like push you to that point of no return, they're going to be fucked in some way, shape, or form. Like they're going to be fucked. They're going to be screwed is basically what I'm getting. But I don't think that this person is thinking that far ahead, if that makes any sense. I think that this person thinks that I think this person thinks that you're not going to go anywhere. I think this person thinks that they can continue to do whatever they want in this relationship and get away with it. And nothing bad is going to come out of this entire situation. But if this person just so happens to push you to that point of no return, all of this is going to really backfire in their face. But I don't think that this person is thinking that far ahead. Um, it looks like this person it looks like this person needs you. Like this is like the epitome of chopping off like the hand that basically feeds you. Because it looks like this person actually needs you in their life. It doesn't look like you need them, but it looks like they need you. So knowing all of that and the fact that this person goes as far as to like literally chop off the hand that feeds them, like the moment that they do chop off the hand that feeds them and you're no longer around to be there for them, you're no longer in this person's life, they're going to be fucked, they're going to be screwed. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. I think that this person does a lot of things without thinking. I think all of their actions come before their, no, yeah, all of their actions come before thought is basically what I'm getting. Because it looks like this person continues to do things to like push you away, and it's gonna probably get to that point where they're gonna push you to that point of no return. And when they do, you know what I mean, and push comes to shove and reality starts to essentially sink in, and you're no longer, trying to work things out with this person, let alone be with them. That's when, that's when this person's going to realize that, for one, they took it too far, and well, for two, they kind of like played themselves. This is like the epitome of shooting yourself in your own foot. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the best way that I could describe it. And with the King of Wands coming out here to the Strength card, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, this person needs you. They need you. They need you. You know what I mean? And knowing that, it just, I don't know, honestly, it doesn't really make logical sense to me why this person will go as far as to like continue to do things to push you away, knowing good and damn well that they need you. You see, it just doesn't make no fucking sense. But I feel like there's gonna come a point in time where the tables are gonna essentially turn, and you're gonna find yourself, in full-blown control. And that's when you decide to take control over your life. And the moment you decide to take control over your life, they lose all of that power over you. Because right now, this person is playing a game that is going to blow up in their face. Like, granted, is it gonna, like, I guess, push you further and further away from them? Yeah, because as far as like them putting you through whatever they're putting you through, I don't see it like affecting you on an emotional level or anything like that, because I feel like you're very numb to it at this point. But what I do see happening is them just doing things to push you away. And by the time you look around and you realize like, yeah, I don't really have to be here, and you decide to get up and go, they're fucked. There's no, that's the best way that I could put it. This person's going to be fucked, they're going to be screwed. And that's when I see them losing control here. I feel like this person has like this issue with being in control. Like, I am getting that. Like, they have like a huge issue with like constantly feeling the need that they have to be in control, constantly feeling the need that they have to be the one to like call the shots all the time, and things like that. Like, and the moment, you know what I mean, this person doesn't get their way, they become very, very immature, and things like that. But yeah, I just kind of feel like this person has like this weird like obsession with like being in control and calling the shots. And another thing too, like, which I feel like it's extremely unfair for you though, but another thing too, it's like, because this person feels like they're in control, especially over you, it's like they feel like they can do whatever the hell they want, and you're just gonna sit there and deal with it. But that's the thing, is that like, I don't foresee you doing that. Not for much longer. I don't see you doing that, because I don't think that this person understands what's going on internally within you, because they clearly can't see what goes on internally within you. But the I guess the things that they're doing to push you away, it's not affecting you, I would say, like on an emotional level. If anything, it's furthermore confirming to you that they're not going to change, and it's time for you to just get up and go and stop wasting your time on someone who refuses to basically change. And I feel like once that happens, that's when everything is going to go south here. That's when you know, they're going to lose all control. You know what I mean? And that's when I see, you know, I would say unfortunately for them, but then again, you know, they kind of asked for all of this, but I do feel like in the end, this person's going to be screwed because they're playing a game with you that is going to leave them fucked in the end. Like, I don't think this person realizes that not only is this game that they're playing with you going to leave them fucked in the end, but it's going to push you towards greatness. Like, and that's the thing. Like, and I try to say this as much as I can within my readings, but this person's pushing you away. Okay. And when it comes down to pushing a person away, you don't know what you're pushing that person towards. You know what I mean? You don't know if you're pushing that person towards greatness or if you're pushing that person towards god awful things. And in this case, it kind of looks like their actions and their behavior, all it's doing is pushing you further and further away. The thing is that they don't know that they're pushing you towards greatness and they are going to end up, you know, getting screwed. Like I said, in the end. And then again, it's like, they technically speaking brought all of this shit upon themselves. You know what I mean? Because what you put out will eventually come and find you. That's besides the point. If this person thinks that it's cool for them to treat you however which way they want to treat you and do whatever it is that they want to do in this relationship, I mean, that's cool. But at some point, it's going to come back around their way and bite them in the ass. And that's exactly what I see happening. This doesn't make no fucking logical sense to me. This person's chopping off the hand that feeds them. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, I think that, you know, I'm a firm believer that everything in life happens for a reason. You know, maybe, just maybe, right? You are supposed to go through what you're going through here to push you towards where you're supposed to be. Because honestly, that's just primarily what I'm getting. You know, I think that you're being pushed further and further away from this to get you to be exactly where you're supposed to be. And this person's pushing you in a direction where there's a lot of, you know, good karma waiting for you, a lot of fortune waiting for you, a lot of abundance, stability, love, success, happiness, and joy. They just don't know that. They just don't know that. And the thing is, this game that they're essentially playing, you know, with you thinking that they're not going to get away with it, thinking that, you know, you're just going to sit there and deal with it and take it. All of this is going to eventually backfire in this person's face. These games that they're playing with you, it's going to backfire in their face. It's not backfiring in yours. It's going to backfire in theirs. So, you know, in other words, this person could very well be getting, this person could very well be getting the last laugh right now, but that's going to change. That's going to change. That's basically going to change. So in the end, I mean, I am definitely glad that this entire situation is pushing you towards greatness. I'm getting that you're going to be very like humble about it. I am getting that. Like, you're going to be very humble about it because you're being pushed towards greatness because this person's pushing you in that direction. And I feel like you're going to be very humble about it. Like, the moment this person loses you and loses everything, because it kind of looks like that's exactly what the hell's going to happen, I don't feel like you're going to be like, ooh, you know, like rubbing it in their face or anything like that. Like, I see you being very like humble about it. It's like you don't feel the need to go out of your way to rub anything in this person's face. I think that when it comes down to this particular person, I think that you're going to allow karma to do its thing in this person's life. And that's just that. In the meantime, you know, I do see you just focusing on you in your life. But I mean, karma's going to catch up to this person. I just don't think that karma's going to waste any time when it comes down to catching up to this person. But these games that they're playing, it will eventually blow up in their face. They just don't think that it's going to, but it definitely will. All right, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading.